We're going to create a band set for this Fowler Hornet and attach the band set to the frame. Start with some 0.4 latex. This is the thin stuff. I'll start by cutting a 190 millimeter length of latex here to work with. I'm now going to check my template here, the guide. It's set it for 190 millimeters. I want to cut an 18 by 12 band set. So there, I have it on the 18 on the large end and a 12 on the small end. Quick note, it's actually about 11 and a half, because if you set it on 12, it's going to cut a little bigger than 12. So because this is so thin, it likes to move under this guide if you try and hold it with your fingers. So I'm going to use a couple clamps here that I got off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Just have to hold it snug. Make sure the latex is up against the guide. I've got one about a quarter up the length and another about 3/4 up the length. Just snug is all it has to be. Now I can make a cut with just one hand. Don't risk cutting my fingers. The latex doesn't move under the guide. Get this one out of the way and cut another one. I usually like to line up the bottom of the latex with one of the lines on bottom. Keep it square. Once again, checking to make sure the latex is up against the guide. When I'm satisfied it is, I'll go ahead and lightly clamp this down. Double check it one more time and then make sure I have the clamps where I can get the cutter through without any interference. Double checking it here. Looks good. Just try and make a smooth cut of the latex. Here I'm just going to quickly make sure that both ends are the same width on each end. That should be 18 and this is a 12. And then I'm going to check my size by using a millimeter ruler. This is the 18 width. That looks good. Now check the 12. The reason I'm so critical on all these widths and lengths is because I want my band set to shoot exactly like the one I took off. Okay, now I'm going to use a paper clip to pull the small end of the band through the pouch. This is easier than trying to roll it and pull it through. I saw the Chinese do it this way and just copied their method. Works well. Okay, I'm going to check the standout here. I want it to be about 11 millimeters or 7/16 of an inch. Okay, I'm going to tug on each band set here and make sure the folds are pointed the same direction. They're kind of twisted when you pull them through. Then I'm going to check the standout. I have a mark on this paper clip. I want 11 millimeters, or about 7/16 of an inch. Okay, now I'm going to turn each band set the same direction, either down or up, but they got to be the same direction. You want a mirror image of each band. So I'm actually twisting them. And then I'm going to check the standout again. Like I say, links are really important to me. I want the band set to be identical to the one I took off. Okay, once I'm satisfied I have the standouts correctly, I want these both to be pointed down. See, they're mirror images of one another. We're ready to tie them. I pull my band tying jig out, clamps. Okay, we're going to fold one half over on the other. So with this half folded, I'm going to fold it over on the other folded half. One right on top of the other. Okay, now I'm going to hold it with the other two fingers to hold that in place. Grab the clamps. Clamp it and put it on the jig. You want about a 1/2 inch stretch here when you stretch it. There you go. Should just be a nice thin band to wrap. Okay, I use a lot of different wrap methods for the pouch, but this is the one that I've kind of come back to, that I just find fast and easy. Checking that stretch on that band again. You don't want too much. This is just going to be a crisscross wrap. The first one's pretty light because you don't want to fold over that band. And then each time I just crisscross it and make about 5 wraps here. Kind of work my way toward the middle so I can tie that square knot right in the middle. Give a tug on the tape and cut it. Okay, we're going to turn this around and do the other one. Once again, we're going to fold the band in half and then fold it over onto the other band, which is folded in half. One right on top of the other. Hold that underside band with your 2 fingers to keep it in place. Grab the clamps. This time the jig should be set right. There we go. Grab my tape. First one's kind of easy to keep the band from folding over on itself. Then I can pull the rest of them pretty tight. It doesn't have to be super tight because I'm using 0.4 bands and they don't have a huge amount of force on them. Anyway, I do about 4 or 5 wraps here, crisscrossing each one, and then do a square knot. Give that a pull. Okay, now we'll get some tails on the end of these small ends of this band. We're going to cut them off. You want to be careful not to cut your actual bands. I've done that in the past. Okay, this band set's done. The top side of it should be concentric, look uniform. The underside of it, nice curvature to it. We're ready to put it on the frame. But First, I'm going to mark each end. I'm going to put a right on this one, left here, so I get them orientated correctly without having to think about it too much. I'm going to make a measurement of 18 millimeters here. I'm going to draw a line across the band. The reason I'm doing this line is what I'm going to use to line up with the groove in the frame when I go to tie the band set to the frame. Once again, I'm very concerned about lengths. I want these bands to be exactly the same length. Okay, I'm going to show you one attachment of the band to the frame. I've already done the first one. First, you have to start with the base or foundation layer. I find this about the most difficult part of this whole process. It's a little difficult to get that to stay exactly where you want it to as you start that foundation layer. I make a couple wraps here. This one looks like it's in place now. Now I'm going to take my band and make sure it's orientated correctly, and then I'm going to check the twist, and this one has one in it, so double check that. You don't want to wrap that and find out you've got a bad configuration. So we're ready to go here. I'm looking at that line and lining it up with the groove in the frame. Make our first wrap here. It doesn't have to be a real tight wrap. And after you make the first wrap, you want to adjust the band. If it's not exactly where you want it, you can see I'm making a few adjustments to it. It'll still move pretty easily. When you're satisfied you have it where you want it, you want to clamp down on that strap. Now I'm pulling tight. Thumbs down on that strap so it doesn't move, and I'm pulling that band almost full stretch right now. I want that to be tight. After 3 wraps, I'm going to fold up the tab on this, and we're going to do a couple more wraps. You don't want to fold over that rubber underneath the tape, so that's why you see me making several attempts until I get it nice and flat. Okay, at this point, I'm going to grab some thread. This is for doing the tuck part of the wrap. We're going to make a couple wraps around this loop. Still want them to be tight. So I'm going probably 3/4 to almost full stretch on this tape right now. We're going to put it through the loop. And we're going to stretch that tight. Hold it, and then we're going to pull that loop, and this captures that tape. I leave a loop in it, so if I want to, it makes it easy to undo it when I want to take it apart, or if I want to redo it, it makes it a lot easier to take it apart if you leave a loop in it. Cut off that excess tape. This should be done. Give it a couple tugs. Looks pretty good.